Shared Immortal Hulk number 17 with Peachy.
Yes.
I dug that one. I liked it a lot.
I have a theory.
I forgot to give credit to Alex Ross on my cover in the post. Man, but he's doing awesome on these covers. Oof.
I'm very alien-esque, as I pointed out last week. It looks like
Very Geiger.
Yeah,
Geiger there. But I dug it. I like the story that they're doing here. Could you Alec Ewing,
Joe Bennett.
Joe Bennett. It looks like I drew an N in there somewhere. I'm like, why? Joel?
Joel Bennett?
And then Alex Ross, as you said, just a brilliant cover. This one...
The hot freaking book right now. Super hot book.
Yeah, it is really popular.
Yeah.
I gave it a 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah, it was... Yeah.
That actually gets
There's something weird going on.
Actually.
The story's kind of coming together a little bit now.
Mm-hmm. They're really kind of confusing us with the multiple personality thing going on.
Yeah.
Because the return of Mr. Joe.
Yeah.
But
Fixie.
The next book, a series of books that I actually had to catch up on to get to where I needed to be, and is my pick of the week, would be Go-Go Power Rangers.
That was my theory.
Yeah.
I really tried with Justice League. That one really got me a lot. It was traumatizing.
You gave it 8.75? There.
8.75 with an honorable mention of Jaro.
With an honorable mention of Jaro. I almost gave that actually a 9 on
really?
that one. But
yeah, lack of Jaro. So.
The Go-Go Power Rangers, I had to read issues 15 through 20. 20 was the one that was released today. Okay. It's kind of continuing a story arc that's been freaking cool. We're kind of fresh off the heels of the Shattered Grid storyline when this started, so we're kind of getting some of that. But this one I gave a 9.5 out of 10.
If you don't know anything about the Shattered Grid storyline, please listen to our very special drunk episode.
Yes.
Where Sudon talks all about it.
I do.
I actually know what episode that was, so I could actually put that in.
That's great. The writing on this one has been, the whole Ryan line has been Ryan Parrott.
I like birds.
He's got a bird of a name. He's just a brilliant, just doing a great job. I'm going to butcher the heck out of this, but it's Hemora Carlini and Simona Di Felice is the artists. Great art. You can. I'm loving every bit of it, and the cover art for all of them is by Marcus Toe, or Two. I don't know, but I gave 15 through 17 a 9 out of 10, and then 18 through 20 is a 9.5, and I kind of rounded it up.
So would they have been a 10? But minus the 0.5.
Each score was taken into account. Jaro, though it came close, there was a Jaro-like creature that they fought.
Oh.
But it wasn't Jaro, so sorry, Power Rangers. But this run, they're adding elements. Basically, Go-Go Power Rangers quick run is just...
I know a thing that happens in this. But that's it. Sorry.
Okay. Go-Go Power Rangers is kind of telling the story of... They are still young. They still got their powers. This is the original team of Rangers. They just got their powers, and they're still kind of coping with being teenagers. And having to deal with this. And they just had the whole DragCon event kind of happened, and they were kind of like, what happened? But they're thrown into a world where, with Rita and them, and we're kind of getting not only the origin of the Green Ranger coin in the storyline here.
Yeah.
The origin of the Green Ranger coin and where it was. We're also getting the origin stories kind of fleshed out of Rita Repulsa, the villain. Which I'm like, this is super cool. We've always kind of known she's this evil, long-living,
witch person.
But we're learning that she was actually raised by Zordon.
Huh.
That's the guy that gave the people the powers, right?
He's the big sage mentor character,
okay.
The big blue head this guy He's on the cover of number 19.
Bryan Cranston, performed by Bryan Cranston in the original series.
No.
Sorry about that.
No, the movie.
Or in the movie. Was it the movie?
It was in the movie. He played monsters. He did monster voices.
Oh, he did monster voices in there.
Yeah, he was several monsters. He really got to start there.
Yeah, he was the one who knocks.
I'm loving this. They're adding elements of the relationship with the Red Ranger and the Yellow Ranger.
That's the thing I know about.
Which had a color switch when they went to this alternate world.
That's what I knew about.
Oh, right.
All their colors switched when they went to this world.
I remember you talking about that briefly.
I'm loving that. The fact that they did this. It was also cool because they were adapting to each other's powers, their weapons, and having to figure that out. It was brief. Rita's story is being fleshed out. They're actually they kind of quickly built the series when it was out originally in the 90s. They it's popular. Holy shit! We gotta actually
do a thing,
flesh out a story, and work with the shitty Japanese footage that we have. But they took some penny episodes and made billions. Not really, but millions.
Lots of monies.
And I'm sure at this point it's $1 billion franchise.
Right.
But it's still crazy to see that they've done this, and now there's allowing these writers and such to kind of go through and flesh out these stories and really make it a cohesive universe. Explain why this was never explained in the series, and tell these stories that are out, and kind of flesh out the emotions of these characters, these teenagers, and they're kind of
angsty.
It's super cool. Yeah.
They're teenagers.
Yeah.
Then you kind of see the relationships. I'm even digging the relationship between Jason and Trini, the Yellow and Red Ranger. It's like, that never happened in the series, but that's cool. And then the tension there, and them they're really cool. And then you got all the other stuff. Billy and them were contacted by an unusual voice. Billy and Zach, the Blue and Black Ranger, the Bruise Rangers. They got contacted by a voice. Turns out it's an original. There's a character called Alpha 5. It's a robot that is kind of a protector of Zordon and helps the Rangers as a guidance. He's very annoying. Aye, aye, aye. That's what he sounds like. But I keep getting distracted by Smallville on my screen.
Yeah, just
Tom Willing's a nerd. But they get Alpha 5's the one that they're familiar with. Well, they get contacted and they find out they get saved by Alpha 1. And we kind of find out that it was actually built to help Zordon fight against it. The Rita's father, Master Vile, which is a villain that we saw later in the series, he is fighting this war, and Zordon not only was trying to hide Rita from him, because he didn't want her to corrupt her, which he ended up doing. A whole lot of other stuff, and it's super, super cool. I really recommend picking up this series, and I'm really excited because Alpha 1 may not be as good as we thought he was, and
he may have originally started out with an evil purpose.
No, he was built by Zordon's race, and Zordon's race, the Altarians, or whatever I think they're called, Altar, Iltar, or whatever. He was built with the purpose, but in one of the missions, Zordon, but a planet blew up and Alpha 1 got blown up, and Zordon went to find him and couldn't find him. Well, whole Darth Maul story, I got left alone and blah blah blah, that kind of stuff.
I see.
Super cool. But
or if you've seen the Lego Movie too,
gone super dark about it. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, the whole you left me. Reveal at the end of the last issue was like, oh shit, because they get kind of screwed. The Rangers are like, oh, we're kind of in a hot place. We can't reveal our identities, but we have to save these people, but we also have to save Goldar, one of our enemies, who just attacked us. We're just like, what the fuck? So it's super kind of cool. I'm curious to see where they go from here with this, because it's a part of history that we know, because Rita's trying to find somebody to unlock the Green Ranger power.
But it's from a different perspective.
It's from stuff we never saw before.
That's
yeah,
great.
And it's super, super neat, and I'm really loving how it's
awesome.
planning out. I'm still behind on Mighty Morphin. It's because the issue that I needed never came into the comic book store.
Yeah.
But the good thing is this is earlier in the timeline. Mighty Morphin's later in the timeline, so it's super cool how they're doing it.
Yeah.
Kind of like Vader and all them are like in different parts of the Star Wars timeline.
Yeah.
But it's fleshing out a story. So this was my pick of the week. This was my this whole group. I recommend it, and it's just all around just a really fun story. Even seeing characters, simple characters like Bulk and Skull.
Oh.
Skull finally, one of the goofy looking, got to go on a date with Kimberly, and he rejected her.
Oh wow!
Like that whole he was like, I don't think you really want to be with me. That was like, I feel that. I totally feel that. Like, I relate to these characters now. And, like, if I was a teenager, like, I remember my teenager self. I'm like, I would have totally been like, this is great. So it was more... I love that they're fleshing out these stories. Like,
I pictured more of a Charlie and the waitress kind of relationship, where he's all about it until he's not.
Yeah. Oh my god, I cannot wait for this next season, because you haven't seen neither of you have seen the last season.
I need to catch up on that series.
Sorry, I know, that's so off topic, but...
It's Always Sunny.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
season.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm like, you definitely haven't seen it.
I don't know what the hell any of you guys do.
Oh, look at all both these people across the room from me going... I don't know what's happening. I'm talking Power Rangers.
Very much Paul Rudd Endgame.
Yes.
We've all been in an encounter with these stones.
Physics.
Or almost had our lives ended when we've come close to them. I don't even know what the hell you guys are talking about.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
Spoiler ban was lifted last Monday. We're good.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good. I didn't know that. Oh, I'm going to go to work then. All right, well, that's it for me on that one.
Yeah, that's exciting stuff. I don't know what you were talking about, but that's pretty cool. I knew some things that you were talking about.
I like the fact that they're giving Rita a background story that you know a bit about her, you know where she came from, just the basic character concept about her, but now they're like you said, fleshing out more backstories within the characters and stuff like that. That's pretty cool.
It makes me wonder because I didn't know Zordon was connected, but I didn't know he was that connected to her within the realm, and I'm like loving that because now we're gonna see right at the end of Shattered Grid, Zordon went to her for a favor, and we never got to see what that favor was, and I'm wondering, are we going to see like something that's going to connect that and see why he went to her for that favor? I'm really excited for this. Like, there's a lot that they can do here.
So is the continuity within everything, or is it just the new movies to where Rita was the original Green Ranger?
That one's a completely different realm. Like
just for that new movie.
Well, it's for that new movie, yeah.
Okay.
They're really loosely playing off of the series, the actual TV show.
Nice.
And they're really connecting everything. And they're with Shattered Grid, they allowed themselves to kind of do what the fuck they want. Because they can build whatever they want, which is what they've been doing since Shattered Grid. And now we're finally going to see, like, they're starting some huge new event that's about to start, and it's going to be massive. And it's going to be Shattered Grid, universe changing kind of stuff.
It's been going on for over a year, hasn't it?
For over 2 years. They've been building this story. So these writers have just had a brilliant take on everything and talking about, and they're bringing the characters from the shows, like actual personalities into it, and taking them into account. So it looks like people who really care about these characters and want to make them care, and bringing in characters we never saw in the American series that were in Japanese series and stuff like that, and really seriously connecting Sentai and Power Rangers, and it was like, that's super cool.
Nice.
Because there's always been a slight disconnect, but it's like, oh wow, cool. But it's really, they've evolved Power Rangers. It's not just for your kids no more.
Nice.
People die.
People die. Hey, this is Peachy.
I'm Ooze.
This is Sudon.
And we'd like to take a moment to thank our original launch site, Anchor.fm, who's helped to enrich this podcast in many ways. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast.
Anchor.fm offers educational tools on how to get started in social media and has not only given our show stapled together